Tonight on Nightline, meth trap. This fiercely addictive drug is pouring across the border, ravaging communities and pushing law enforcement to the brink. Our cameras are there as the police fight back. Fight to the finish. New polls tonight show John McCain running out of time and opportunity in this election. We join his campaign as he barnstorms through Florida, a state he cannot afford to lose. But can he do enough to win? Plus, nugget of hope. In this economy, you can't trust the stock market, so we go knee-deep in a river of possibility, pan in hand with gold on the mind.
From the global resources of ABC News with Terry Moran, Martin Bashir, and Cynthia McFadden in New York City, this is Nightline, October 23rd, 2008.
Good evening. It's one of the world's most addictive drugs and is deeply destructive to those who fall under its spell. And now it's pouring across the Mexican border, putting law enforcement on the offensive. The battle against this scourge is a costly one, both to addicts and the police. And tonight, we take you inside that fight, to the front lines, where a knock on the door could uncover a drug den and send some dealers to jail. As Brian Rooney now reports for our series with USA Today, 50 states in 50 days.
Among the drug police, this is what's known as a knock and talk at a rundown house in Artesia, New Mexico. The knock and talk is what officers use when they don't have a warrant, but want the meth dealers and users to know the cops are on their case. The drug task force came here looking for someone wanted on a warrant, but instead they find this man, and he doesn't want to answer their questions.
Straight up.
All right.
What do you got?
I got a little container.
What? Got some meth in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babe!
Inside the house, the man's wife is holding a baby and crying. Two other children are at school.
All right. I don't got nothing. All right.
Why are you leaving it?
I know, baby.
Hold on, man. We're just talking to
Look at it. How much is in it? Man. Gram? No. Yeah, about 4 grams. That's ice.
Dave Edmondson is a sheriff's deputy who heads the Pecos Valley Task Force.
And so obvious. I mean, you look at him, you see the lump in his pocket, you know something's there.
Did you see his face twitching?
Oh, yeah, and then he's saying,
Obvious.
oh, I got nothing,
Obvious he had something. Obvious. I mean, the face is twitching, and he's trying to get away, and,
Yeah.
and you can just tell.
He had it kept away from where the kids could get to it, but still don't make it right. And when their parents are under the influence and raising kids.
It's not just knock and talks. Drug raids are so common here that the cops make music videos about them for their own entertainment.
We're all stars now in the dope shop.
High-quality methamphetamine, some of it 90% pure, known as ice, is flooding over the border from Mexico into the wide-open Southwest. It's put the homegrown laboratories out of business and spread a plague of meth addiction among the oil fields and working-class towns of southeast New Mexico.
Now, how far away is the next one?
It's not very far.
So we're just working blocks away from the police department.
Yeah, but you got to look at Artesia. Artesia's only 26 blocks wide.
Last year, Edmondson arrested roughly 1% of the population in his territory, 1 out of 100 people on drug charges.
80% of all of our cases are meth cases. And here, the past 3 months, I would say 90% is all meth cases.
Is the whole meth scene bigger in this area of New Mexico?
Definitely, definitely.
We're told about this higher intensity Mexican meth that's been coming in now.
It's pretty much instant insanity if you want to know the truth. I mean,
It's really powerful stuff?
Yeah.
Jack and Dee Dee, who didn't want us to use their last names, are the face of meth addiction. They're what's called tweakers. She's 35, he's just 41. Both addicted since they were teenagers.
And you do the drugs every day?
Sometimes. Not when we first got together. We first got together as a blur.
non-stop. Here
Which
lately,
we did everything.
we actually were clean for what, 3 weeks? Actually, yeah, we're clean and sober for like 3 weeks, honestly. And that's the
Didn't have
first time
nothing to
I've been
drink,
clean
no
that
drugs,
long since
Not even Tylenol
I was a
PM.
kid.
Yeah, it was great.
That was great, but it didn't last.
Their addiction is fed by a network of traffickers and dealers who skirt the cops every day. Impounded vehicles show how the drugs are cleverly hidden. in the dashboard of cars, inside the gas tank.
And you can tell where they have modified the gas tank. This shouldn't be here, these bolts and stuff, and that's usually how they find that.
Behind a false front on a tractor trailer.
They actually took this off, put the compartment in, and then put this back on, is what they did.
And this is typical. They're constantly finding almost new places in vehicles to put
Right,
drugs.
every time you find a new one, they try to change the location because they know you're looking for that certain area of the vehicle. They'll change the location of the vehicle. They'll use any part of the vehicle they can possibly use to hide as much as they can.
And you still, like, they continue to surprise. You still haven't seen everything.
Right, right. This car, if you notice, there's a ton of air freshener. I mean, it's just, nobody keeps that much air freshener in their car.
The police estimate that they intercept at most 10%. Even secondary checkpoints 100 miles from the border can't stop the flow. Bob Sullivan heads the regional task force that targets meth traffickers.
Their intelligence gathering capabilities are probably as good, if not better, than ours are. You know, because we're much more visible than they are. You know, with the uniforms and the marked cars especially, you know, it's not hard to figure out where we're at.
So you hit them too hard in a place like this and they'll just go somewhere else.
Yes.
It's a huge front that you have to defend.
Oh, indeed.
Occasionally, it ends with a car chase. A suspected dealer in that car dumped a 7-pound bag of meth out the window before the pursuit ended on city streets. But arrests don't seem to put much of a dent in the supply. Ask Jack and Dee Dee.
What, if anything, can stop the meth traffic in this part of the world?
Can't stop it. They can't stop it because it's too easy to make. It's too easy for them to make.
So no matter who got arrested, you've never gone wanting for meth? Never makes a dent?
No.
Back on the circuit of knock-and-talks, task force officers arrive in mid-afternoon at a house where there are 2 men, a woman, and 2 teenagers who ought to be in school.
She come out, cooperated, consented to the search, and actually helped the agents recover the meth.
There is meth in there.
There is meth in there, and they're in there searching, they're seizing what's in there.
Now, why would she give permission if she obviously knows she's got meth in the house?
Pretty much because of the odor in the house, the marijuana, I mean, because they've been smoking marijuana in there, that's enough for us to get a search warrant.
Anything on you I need to know about?
One man wanted on a warrant is taken away in handcuffs. The father of one of the teenagers sits on the front stoop.
Jay, you ain't got nothing on you, man. Do we need to know about, do you? Nothing at all?
At times, it seems as if they could knock on almost any door and find drugs, that nothing they do makes a difference. It seems they are losing.
We are losing. And you know, the problem is the funding has not increased over the past 10 years. And the problem has increased. The drugs have increased, the problem has increased, and the funding has not increased.
The officers complain about dwindling money and revolving door laws that put users and dealers back on the street. Just blocks from his office, Bob Sullivan walks a neighborhood where his officers have busted a lot of front doors. One of few indicators of success, the price of meth is up to about $1,600 an ounce.
That's why I think that's some of the good news that we have is the price is way up. It's almost doubled in the last year.
On the last stop of the day, the officers hit a ramshackle apartment building that's been a magnet for drug users. They make another arrest, a man wanted on a warrant. They've dealt with him before. This is Brian Rooney for Nightline in Artesia, New Mexico.
A challenging but crucial battle. Our thanks to Brian Rooney. And when we come back, new polls tonight suggest the presidential election could be slipping away from John McCain. But can he stage a comeback in Florida? We join him on the campaign trail.
ABC News Nightline, brought to you by Advil.
Sitting still isn't for us. That's why I got a pain reliever for my arthritis pain. And then I got another pain reliever just for my aching shoulder. You know, for different pains, I actually had different pain relievers. But not anymore. Now I'm all Advil. It's my every pain reliever. Advil works wherever I hurt. And nothing's proven stronger on tough pain. So whatever hurts, I can swing it. 'Cause I'm all Advil.
When you see what we've done with veggies, you'll think it's uncanny. Introducing V8 soups from Campbell's. A full serving of vegetables in a soup so velvety and delicious, you won't be able to contain yourself. New Campbell's V8 soups.
Los Angeles, 1928. Christine Collins' son vanished.
He's alive, Mrs. Collins.
5 months later, the police solved the crime with a lie.
That's not my son.
But the truth
The mayor wants this to go away.
changed a city forever.
What the hell have you done with Christine Collins?
From director Clint Eastwood comes a powerful true story.
Every day, this city sinks deeper into corruption.
Changeling, rated R. Select theaters tomorrow, everywhere October 31st.
I have senior moments, but my skin shouldn't.
New Gold Bond Ultimate Restoring Lotion. 7 moisturizers, 3 vitamins, plus CoQ10 to help skin renew itself.
Can your lotion do that?
Gold Bond Ultimate Restoring.
This stuff really works.
It's the show Entertainment Weekly calls the most electrifying hour on late night TV.
Who here is ready to get rich?
Tonight, he's got actor Colin Farrell and Dirty Sexy Money's Natalie Z. Emmy award-winning Jimmy Kimmel Live. All new, coming up on ABC.
Barack Obama, Robin Roberts, The Interview, only on Good Morning America tomorrow.
In 2002, Portlanders made children a higher priority. We created the Portland Children's Levy. It's working, protecting children from abuse and violence, improving academic performance, building stronger families. Now it's time to renew the Children's Levy. The same rate we've been paying, only proven programs, citizen oversight. They still need it, so do we. Invest in the future. Vote yes to renew the Children's Levy.
Earlier this evening, Barack Obama flew to Hawaii to visit his grandmother, who's seriously ill. And although he'll drop out of campaigning for the next 2 days, the latest ABC News tracking poll puts him ahead by 11% among likely voters. While he's away, John McCain will be hoping to build up some momentum of his own, particularly in Florida, where he was campaigning today, because we all know how important Florida can be come Election Day, as David Wright reports for tonight's Trail Mix.
From the decadence of South Beach to the shuffleboard courts of Boca Raton, the electorate in the Sunshine State is unlike any other on the map. A mix of senior citizens and soldiers, New York Jews and Miami Cubans, the swath of undecided voters in the middle. Today, John McCain drove right through the middle of Florida, making his case to the independent voters concentrated on the I-4 corridor, in dentist offices and family-owned restaurants, at a lumber yard, and finally at a county fairground.
Senator Obama may say he's trying to soak the rich, but it's the middle class who are going to get wet.
McCain made the case that his policies would be better for the average Joe.
My friends, whether it's Joe the plumber in Ohio or Gary the dentist in Alamance Springs or Jesus the restaurant owner in Orlando or Christine the florist in Plant City or Bob the boat builder and Tony the teacher, we shouldn't be taxing our small businesses more as Senator Obama wants to do.
McCain has to hope that message resonates here in the Sunshine State. This is the biggest of the battlegrounds. 27 electoral votes at stake, 10% of the total needed to win the presidency. For John McCain, the road to the White House is a dead end if he doesn't win Florida. If you had any doubt that Florida can make or break a bid for the presidency, just remember Campaign 2000 and those long months as the country held its breath, waiting for a satisfactory outcome. Barack Obama remembers he has had 24 events here since he clinched the nomination, always making the case that a vote for John McCain is a vote for 4 more years of the same.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush.
True, but you did vote with Bush 90% of the time.
He suspects Florida voters would dearly love a do-over. Obama is spending money here, too.
$1 billion a month in Iraq while our own economy struggles.
Barack Obama, higher taxes.
For every one John McCain ad on Florida TV sets, There are 4 ads for Barack Obama.
They call themselves Mavericks. Whoa.
Obama's message is drowning McCain out.
In the past, a lot of Democrats have sort of taken Florida for granted and haven't run a full-scale campaign. Obama's different.
The difference in the energy level of the two campaigns was evident today at their campaign headquarters. At one of McCain's 2 offices in Miami, a handful of volunteers worked the phones.
I'm calling from the John McCain campaign. We recently received your volunteer application.
Trying to scrounge up more volunteers. At one of Obama's headquarters in Miami, there were a lot more people. And they were busier.
You can definitely go over the same kind of territory together. And
trying to get voters to the polls.
Obama has an enormous advantage on organizing. Florida is a state where the Republicans have long been far better at getting out the vote. This year, Obama's got, about 60 offices in places that have never seen a campaign before. He's got about almost 500 people, paid people on the ground, tens of thousands of volunteers. So it is really a machine for the Obama campaign.
Florida is now in the midst of early voting, and Democrats are outvoting Republicans here nearly 2-1. Today, we stopped by an early polling site in St. Petersburg. How many of y'all are Democrats? Raise a hand. Of course, there's no guarantee they're voting for Obama. It's probably a fair assumption, and that's bad news for John McCain.
The problem for Democrats in the past election is not numbers, because they've always had more registered Democrats in the state than Republicans. The problem for Democrats is getting out their voters and also making sure that Democrats don't cross over and vote Republican.
McCain is trying to counter that now with his message of economic populism, an angry rant at those tax and spend liberals, which, fairly or unfairly, is provoking a response.
In politics, perception is reality, and the perception, I think, right now is at least that McCain has finally struck a responsive chord. He's been unable to do it until the last couple of weeks in the Joe the Plumber episode.
McCain is now doubling down on the internet with a Joe the Plumber video contest on YouTube.
I'm not Joe the Plumber. I'm not Joe the Plumber. I'm not Joe the Plumber. But someday we might be.
Joe in 30 seconds.
We work very hard. Nights, weekends, holidays.
More than 600 submissions so far.
Because I want to preserve America's free enterprise system, which transforms good ideas and hard work into prosperity.
But even here, Obama fans are starting to horn in.
So, Barack, I want you to know that you're getting my vote. And McCain, as for your campaign, well, I'm looking at it right now.
McCain can't seem to catch a break, especially here in Florida.
The bad news for McCain, though, is that Florida is a traditional Republican state. In 11 of the last 14 elections, it's voted Republican. Each day and each dollar that he spends in Florida is one less day and one less dollar that he has to spend in the other states that he also desperately needs to win.
Now I'd like to give you a little straight talk, my friends, a little straight talk. Florida's a battleground state. We got to win it. We have less than 2 weeks, 12 days. Who's counting?
The fact that McCain was here at all today was an admission of weakness. The question is, does he have time enough to turn things around? I'm David Wright for Nightline in Sarasota, Florida.
Our thanks to David Wright. And when we come back, put your waders on. We're going panning for gold.
Approximately 2 out of 3 people being treated for depression still have depression symptoms. Talk to your doctor. If your antidepressant alone isn't enough, one option your doctor may consider is adding Abilify. Only Abilify is FDA approved to treat depression in adults when added to an antidepressant. Learn more about Abilify. Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Elderly dementia patients taking Abilify have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have high fever, stiff muscles, and confusion on Abilify, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Abilify and medicines like it. In some cases, extreme high blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Other risks include dizziness upon standing, seizures, impaired judgment or motor skills, or trouble swallowing. Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of adding Abilify if an antidepressant alone isn't enough.
The
generation that swore it would never get old didn't. Welcome to the summer of life. New Touch of Gray from Just for Men. Lets you keep a little gray. Works gradually. Easy.
Never trust anybody over 90.
New Touch of Gray.
Mom knew I needed calcium from day one. Now I'm the mom, and I know 80% of us don't get enough calcium from food. Our bodies can steal it from our bones. Give yourself some TLC, Tender Loving Caltrate, and give TLC to somebody you love.
Friday, would you risk your life in the jaws of a wolf to be with your boyfriend? She did. So what's it really like living so close to wolves?
Don't you move.
That one wrong move.
He grasped my neck in his jaws.
Could be your last. Watch 2020 Friday.
Tired of being shouted at? Here's the bottom line with no packaging. Oregon's economy is in trouble. Huge job losses. Recession. Jeff Merkley's record, he taxes, spends, and borrows. 44 votes for higher taxes, $5 billion in additional spending, another $1 billion in additional debt. So if it is about the economy, we just can't send Jeff Merkley to the U.S. Senate. The National Republican Senatorial Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Senator Gordon Smith, an effective, independent voice for better health care. He stood up to the president and fought to expand health insurance for Oregon's children. He worked with members of both parties to strengthen mental health services and suicide prevention programs. He fought to protect health care access for military families. Gordon Smith, independent, effective, proven. American Medical Association Political Action Committee paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm Jeff Merkley, and I approve this message.
Why are Barack Obama and Ron Wyden supporting Jeff Merkley for Senate? Because they know only Merkley represents real change, better health care, jobs, and tax cuts for the middle class. So don't believe Gordon Smith's deceptive ads. Smith votes with George Bush 90% of the time, for the war in Iraq, to overturn Roe versus Wade, and to ship our jobs overseas. Smith can't change his record, and he won't change Washington.
Nightline continues from New York City with Martin Bashir.
If you play the stock market, there's a good chance you've seen your bank account dwindle dramatically during this economic crisis. But if your money's in gold, well, it's quite the reverse. So we went on a treasure hunt armed with pan and patience in search of precious metal, as Nick Watt now reports.
Hidden somewhere in this short stretch of river is more than $150,000 worth of gold. Dust amongst the gravel, nuggets wedged under boulders.
Knowing it's here is a tiny part of the story. Actually getting to it is hugely difficult.
Like a bank robber casing a vault, a gold panner works out how to unlock the riches under this icy water.
Really vigorous, get it all moving. Round and round.
This is Vince Thurkettle's natural habitat. Knee-deep in a river full of possibility, looking for the gold line.
Gold takes the shortest course down a river, and we've got a left-hand bend up there.
We dig a pan of grit, sand and gravel, then sift and shake. Just a test pan to see if we're on the right line.
Look. One, two, three, four. You've got about 6 minutes. I didn't think we'd find any yet.
From a whole pan, just a few glittering fragments, but that's all you need. In these times of economic chaos, gold is good. A traditional refuge for spooked investors in a world where the value of stocks can simply evaporate.
Are you taking me? Are you asking me?
That week in September, when Lehman Brothers collapsed, gold soared. It closed at $860 an ounce, up $100 in just a week. Some analysts believe gold could reach $2,000 an ounce as recession deepens. Gold is solid and tangible, although panning for the stuff has its highs and lows.
People think this is just calm and quiet, and it isn't. Your emotions are a real roller coaster between it's hopeless, I can't find any, to here it is, you know.
There's a big bit.
Yeah, oh, yes.
There's a big bit.
Here they come.
This location is prime because upstream once there was a gold mine. It closed because there was never quite enough gold to make it pay. The British royals use nothing but Welsh gold for their wedding bands.
With this ring, I thee wed.
It's rare. There's a cachet, so it sells for top dollar. Now, all this is left to the likes of Vince and his homemade tools.
We find a nugget. Oh, my word.
That suction pump is just a drain pipe with a tennis ball inside.
1, 2, 3 little shakes.
And then
a couple of waves.
Gold is heavier than rock, so sinks to the bottom of the pan. Then you wash the rest away.
The lower you get, the more gentle you get. Now, just sort of shiver it. Just a little shiver. And then again, like a wave up a beach.
The water is so cold my hands went numb. Doesn't matter. Gold fever takes over.
It's almost a childlike fascination with the hunt. It's a treasure hunt. There is gold down there, and we're going to try and get some.
Is that it? That's it, all right. Gold, I mean. Sure don't look like I thought it would.
They didn't make movies like Treasure of the Sierra Madre about silver or platinum. Back then, gold was what could lift a man from the abyss to his wildest dreams.
What a dirty, filthy mind you got.
Oh, no, not dirty, baby. Only I know what kind of ideas even supposedly decent people get when gold's at stake.
These days, there isn't a gold rush to the Welsh mountains. Perhaps over the years, Wall Street replaced gold in our fantasies of striking it rich. Most days, Vince turns just a small profit. He'll sift 100 pans and make about $200. But once in a while, he'll hit the pocket. Thousands of dollars worth revealed with a flick of the wrist. Today, we didn't make our fortunes, but we did strike gold, and it felt great.
Oh, what? Not again. Not again. Let's have a look. Whoa. He's gone.
I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in Snowdonia.
His own little bit of eureka, our thanks to Nick Watt. And when we come back, Barack Obama steps off the trail and heads to Hawaii. It's the subject for tonight's closing argument.
Sunday, 5 years of their lives you never saw.
He's gonna be so ashamed of me.
Until now.
This is a disaster!
And it's a shocker. An all-new Desperate Housewives, Sunday at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
A lot of people are having a difficult time right now.
I believe we really need change in Washington. Things have been the same for too long, too static.
Gordon Smith has not changed. Gordon Smith is the same old thing.
I don't think he stands for the things that I want to see going on in Oregon, and he's not good for us.
If we want to change Washington, we need to change who we send there.
And it starts right here in Oregon.
That means Gordon Smith's got to go.
The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Today, when workers vote on having a union at their workplace, they use a secret ballot. But a new law could change all that.
How you doing? Who are you? What do you got there? It's my secret ballot. Oh, nothing more it ain't. Who are you?
Under a card check law, workers would just sign a card. And everybody would know how they voted. Tell the candidates to protect worker privacy.
Do it.
After all the negative ads from Jeff Merkley, where's the truth? The Bend Bulletin and Mail Tribune called Gordon Smith moderate. He's a moderate who opposes the war, supports gay rights, stem cell research, and green energy. And Gordon Smith is a moderate who has shown the independence to represent Oregon. Before you believe Merkley's ads, listen to those who know the truth.
I'm Gordon Smith, and I approve this ad.
I'm Mike Erickson, and I approve this message.
Economic crisis, turmoil, financial meltdown. Kurt Schrader's plan passed the largest tax increase in history. A devastating blow. No surprise, Schrader's voted for higher taxes and fees more than 70 times, including a massive sales tax. And after raising our taxes, Kurt Schrader didn't pay his 17 times. Now Schrader's high taxes threaten to do even more damage. We can't afford Kurt Schrader.
Every day, hardworking Oregonians are trying to make ends meet in this very difficult economy. And what is Jeff Merkley doing to help?
I advocate for tax hikes every night in living rooms across Oregon.
What?
I advocate for tax hikes every night in living rooms across Oregon.
Did Jeff Merkley say, I advocate for tax hikes every night?
Every night in living rooms across Oregon.
Raising taxes may be Jeff Merkley's first priority, but it's the last thing we need in this recession. The National Republican Senatorial Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Rhonda in the morning, Rod at night. K2 Storm Tracker weather.
Barack Obama, right before leaving the campaign trail for 2 days to spend some deeply personal time with his ailing grandmother, he gave one interview to Robin Roberts. Tomorrow, the interview only on Good Morning America. And go to abcnews.com, click GMA for an exclusive first look at what he has to say now.
Time now for our closing argument, and we focus on Barack Obama, whose plane left Indiana earlier this evening and is heading to Hawaii, where he'll visit his ailing grandmother. He's going to leave the campaign for 2 days, so our question tonight, will Senator Obama's absence have a detrimental effect on his hopes of reaching the White House? Tell us what you think by clicking on the Nightline page at abcnews.com. And tomorrow night, we're in Arizona with Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who takes a hard line on illegal immigration, but this sheriff does not shy away from controversy.
They can make all the allegations they want, trying to cut my head off, because the bottom line is they do not want this sheriff to enforce the state.
Good night.
Barack Obama, Robin Roberts, The Interview, only on Good Morning America tomorrow.
Hope to land a job this holiday season. Tonight, what retailers like Nordstrom are saying about hiring this year.
The Oregon Zoo's newest elephant learned a little something today about an old tradition. Every year, the elephants squash pumpkins for Halloween. Little Samudra joined in today, but I think he's more into soccer with this pumpkin, really. There was some fancy footwork there. The little guy wouldn't give up until he knocked the gourd completely out of bounds.
He was giving it a good shot.
Did.
Nightly News is next. We'll see you at 6.
Oregon has seen this crisis before, billion-dollar deficits and high unemployment. The Merkley answer? Increase spending by almost $5 billion, increase the pay of top government bureaucrats by 33%, and vote against creating thousands of logging jobs. Now, with the nation's economy in crisis, Merkley's friends in Washington want to spend another $150 billion. Tell Jeff Merkley we can't afford more spending and fewer jobs. Americans for Job Security is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Mike Erickson, and I approve this message.
Economic crisis, turmoil, financial meltdown. Kurt Schrader's plan passed the largest tax increase in history, a devastating blow. No surprise, Schrader's voted for higher taxes and fees more than 70 times, including a massive sales tax. And after raising our taxes, Kurt Schrader didn't pay his 17 times. Now Schrader's high taxes threaten to do even more damage. We can't afford Kurt Schrader.